guys, welcome to my channel. So I'm doing another episode in the series, the Twin Flame series, what it really is versus what you think it may be. Okay, just sort of debunking a lot of the myths or just the sensationalization of the twin flame connection that's been going around, where everybody has this romantic notion of what it's supposed to be, and often that's what keeps us stuck in the ego and hinders our spiritual growth. The twin flame connection is based on a spiritual awakening for you. It is two bodies, one soul. Your soul incarnates into two bodies and you meet in the 3D to activate the spiritual awakening, which at the heart of that spiritual awakening is unconditional love. That's what everything that it comes to teach you, comes to help you break free from. All of your spiritual growth, all of your evolution is based on giving space to and tuning into higher levels of unconditional love. But often we have these ego constructs of what is meant to happen. And as I say, there's so much information out there. It's been very sensationalized. So we think that the ultimate goal with the twin flame is that we come together in the 3D, they complete me, I complete them, and our world is perfect. We live happily ever after. But union is about finding union with yourself, with all the aspects of yourself, the breaking away of the ego constructs, of the beliefs and the concepts that hold you apart, hold you in the density, and going through the process, the painful process very often of breaking away from that, and therefore elevating and moving up into higher levels of consciousness so that you can be that light and that teacher that you've come here to be. It is about your spiritual journey, but we get so caught up on the 3D person, on the other person, what they are not doing, whether they are not validating us, whether they do or do not appreciate us, and how hurtful their actions may or may not be to us, regardless of what it means on their journey and for their personal growth. So I've done one of these videos on my channel before, so you can just take a look and see what that one is about. This is the second series. Okay, so if you scroll through my videos, you will see the twin flame, spiritual awakening, what it is, what you think it is versus what it really is. And it also includes, I'm going to incorporate a mini tarot lesson, because I think that if you're going through a spiritual awakening, it is very helpful for you to start to incorporate your craft in different ways, to communicate and tune into and connect with spirit. So drawing a daily card for guidance so that your spirit guides can guide you towards what you want to focus on that particular day. What is the message that they are wanting to bring you to help you to align your energy to serve you on your journey? It's not just a journey for you and your person. You are here for the collective. We are all connected. Okay? And as we grow and as we evolve together, the entire collective benefits. Many of us think that the twin flame journey is about finding your way towards one another, closing the gap between you and this person in this 3D world. But often you've lived many lives together. You have gone through, you've worked through different karma together. You have grown and evolved spiritually together on your own and together in various lifetimes. It's not the ultimate goal on a soul level for you to have somebody in your life day by day completing your giving you the feeling that they complete you or completing your world. We seem to think that the twin flame connection is about someone completing you, someone that thinks the way you do, someone that has the same vision as you, somebody that feels passionate about the same things that you do. Ultimately, we are looking for this person that is going to come and validate who we are. and come and fill that empty, lonely space in our lives. And that is not what the twin flame journey is about. It's about you coming into union with yourself and realizing that you have everything that you need within yourself. Okay, so your twin flame is often, they have their own journey, they have their own perspectives, and they're not going to see things in the way that you see things, because it's not about comfortability for you. It's about challenging your need to have people see the world the way you do. It's about unconditional love, so that we can become the people in this world who can love and appreciate people regardless of their opinions, regardless of their religious beliefs, regardless of their political beliefs, regardless of the actions that they choose, what they value and what they don't. That's what unconditional love is about. We live in a world where we have wars and we do horrible things because there are groups of people who see life and who have beliefs that are different to or opposing to, they oppose ours. And the spiritual, the part of us that is soul does not see separation, does not feel threatened by difference, sees value in the difference. And much of your journey is about that, about seeing and finding that unconditionality, that respect and that love, regardless of how different someone else may see your situation. We all get to choose, we have free will, we all get to choose our perspective. And we can be looking at the same thing and see different things. And it doesn't mean that I am right or you are wrong. So you see, all of those ego constructs get challenged, and all we tend to get obsessed about is having this person on our page. When is this person going to be on the same page? When are they going to see what I see? When are they going to see that this is how things are supposed to be? There is no definite black and white, this is how things are supposed to be. And the sooner you set yourself free from that and understand that you are an old soul, if you are a true twin flame, you are an old soul who has lived many, many lifetimes, and you have done this journey many, many times. And so on a soul level, the ultimate goal is not having your whole life revolve around another person. The ultimate goal is not having someone else complete you. It's about awakening to the fact that you are complete. And then being unconditional, finding harmony, finding balance with you, regardless of who may or may not come and go and stay or leave. Okay? Being able to love and understand that we are connected even when we are on the other side of the world. We are connected and we add value to one another even when we've never met. There is no separation. So you see, the way that your soul knows things to be, and the way that you may think things are on a human level, is very different. And that is at the heart of our journey. It's finding that balance between the two. It's bringing who you are on a soul level and who you are in this human form into harmony. Finding that bridge between the two worlds and showing the world that they can meet harmoniously. So I started, like I said, I've done a video like this before, and I've touched on a few topics or perspectives that we may have around the twin flame, and so I'm just going to build on that and add to it. So we have the belief, it is sort of the general belief that goes around, that the twin flame couple are connected eternally. To some extent, everything is connected eternally. But yes, the twin flame couple, the twin flame being one soul, is eternally one soul. So there's no real connection. It is because it is. Okay? And we search and seek for connection in our divine counterpart or with our divine counterpart because we are often void of it. within ourselves and with all that exists. Okay? We see ourselves as separate to everybody else and everything else in the universe, but it's not. We're connected. And even when we are able to see that connection, sometimes we are not able to be that connection because it is a state of being, it is a vibrational thing. We think that we have this eternal love story and that in every lifetime that we choose to meet, we have to bring it together, be that like the movies that we watch. At the end of the movie, the lovers end up together, and so in our mindsets, that is the ultimate goal. And because we have the separation consciousness, we cannot see or feel the eternal connection that is us, because our divine counterpart lives in another place or is in a different situation, has not made the decision to be in a relationship with us. And then we feel a sense of loss because of how we perceive it and because we are looking at it from the ego's perspective of attachment. So the more we try and will and assert into the situation that divine counterpart must see that we are the one that is here to complete their lives and them ours, and that the ultimate goal is for us to be together, side by side, choosing one another, because that's another human construct that we must choose and that we must possess. On a soul level, there is no choice to be made because it just is, regardless of the conditions. So when we find ourselves obsessing about ways to make this person see that the ultimate goal for us should be being together, we can't see or open our eyes to any other alternative that might be more serving on a soul level, and we suffer, and we live our universe is based on the law of attraction. So we have to be connection so that we can connect, bring that connection into the 3D on every level. Okay? And also, if it does not serve our higher good in this lifetime to once again walk side by side and work through karma that we've already worked through, then that is not what our soul is going to call for. But our mind finds it really difficult to understand that, because we think it is a journey about two people finding love within one another and completing one another and living happily ever after. And we forget that it is a spiritual journey, and the soul knows in a different way. There's a different knowing. What we understand our life to be, and what we understand to be good or bad, and what we understand from a mind level things should look like, is so puny in comparison to what our soul knows. So if you were to draw cards on a particular day, asking for spiritual guidance from your guides on your soul, twin flame journey, to help you to tune into what it is that your soul, what it is your soul is calling for on this journey, and how you can honor it, and you were to draw the Magician card, then Spirit is calling you and reminding you that you already have everything that you need within you, and so does your person. But your tendency to try to manipulate the situation, to try to will them to see things the way that you want, your tendency to wrestle with what is, because you devalue it, because it's not that ideal that you have in your mind, makes you miss the value that the universe is actually bringing into your experience for growth and evolution in your journey and your divine counterpart. So if you were to pull this card, your spirit guides are saying to you, remember that you have everything that you need within you. Why are you searching for it in this person's actions, in this person's behavior, in validation from this person? If you know, and you do on a soul level, if you remember, take a moment to remind yourself that union is eternal, and that the part of them that is soul, that is love, that is pure, is with you. That you don't have to search it in their 3D actions, behavior. You don't have to look for it in whether they are by your side or not. Then you can allow for your state to become what it is, what it truly and authentically is, and then you are no longer trying to assert into the situation what is not authentic. Because when you assert into any situation, you create unwanted karma. And this is why when you do twin flame coaching, I teach that when you reach for what it is you feel is missing in that person, and you argue for your limitations but they're not doing this and they're not doing that, and why don't they understand that, and why don't they see that? You're desperately searching for and yearning for that love, that connectivity, that validation from them. Whilst you're doing that, you're not being it, you're not giving it to yourself. You're not being that for yourself. You're not being that connection. You're not being love. You're not being unconditional. And so you feel the emptiness. That emptiness is not because they are not doing what they're supposed to do or being by your side. It's because you are not focusing your energy where it matters. And with that assertion comes that unwanted karma, and energetically you push them away anyway. And along with that, you push away any other possibility for love in your life. And depending on where you are on your journey, because your twin flame journey doesn't start here when you meet your person, it started at the beginning of time. Depending on where you are on your journey, you might not, the ideal for you on a soul level might not be to live and to share your life with your twin flame, because it will revolve around them. And it is not the kind of situation that you see on YouTube where these couples are proclaiming that they're twin flames. And as I've said before, you get to decide, you get to label your relationship in the way that you want. And so a couple can call themselves a twin flame because they feel that is the best suited title to their connection. But often these are soulmates. And then you start to think that that's what it's going to be like when you come into union, that you finish one another's sentences, that you have the same passion for the same things, and that you work together. And that's not how it's going to be. A true twin flame is two opposites. You need to be in a stable place with yourself, have a stable attachment style, because your twin flame is going to want space. They are not going to finish your sentences, and you're going to look at subjects and you're going to see two very different perspectives. Because remember, the purpose of why you are here is to love all that is creation unconditionally. Not just those that have things in common with us, not just those that see the world in the same way, not just those that are passionate about the same things that we are. And so it can be very misleading when you're in a place of searching. Okay, so that's what the magician comes to tell you, is that maybe things are extremely uncomfortable for you right now because you're trying to assert into the world around you what it is that you're supposed to activate within yourself, because you have everything that you need within yourself. Okay, if you were to pull the eternity of who you are, all that you are searching for in your person is already here with you. Okay? And when you hold that active and when you give space to that, that gives opportunity for that person, for the gap to close between you. But how that gap closes can look different to every twin flame couple, because as I said, depends on where you are in your soul journey. If you were to draw a card on your twin flame journey, asking for guidance, and you were to pull the High Priestess, then Spirit is reminding you that you have the capacity and the intuition to see the shadows, to see beyond the illusion. So there's what you see, which is obvious, and then there's what's behind that. And your tendency to get caught up on and stuck on what seems to be the condition or the reality is you looking at the situation with your human eye and not your third eye, not your intuition. You're not looking at it from the perspective of your soul self. Remember who you are, that you are, that you have a connection to the spiritual realm and to this 3D world, and that you've come here to bridge the gap. That is eternity. That's eternal union. Okay? You might feel as though this person hides things from you. You might feel as though there's so much that you don't know about and that you need answers, but all the answers are within you. If you were just to shift your focus from the physical reality of what's happening, the conditions, but they're doing this and they're saying this, and why are they doing that, and why don't they understand it? And this is, you're over analyzing the conditions and the 3D details instead of focusing on what this really is and who you know them to be on a soul level, and the fact that you know that they have free will and that you are here to honor their journey, irrespective of whether that suits you today or not. Okay? If you were to draw a card for spiritual guidance on your twin flame journey, and you draw the card, the star, then Spirit is guiding you to remember that you've come here to be the star, to be healing. You've come here to be your own wish fulfillment and to help others to tune into theirs. It is the highest spiritual card. It is also Spirit reminding you that you are eternal, that you might shift from one vessel into the other as you move through the different dimensions from lifetime to lifetime, but that at the heart of why you are here is for healing. And the medicine, the key, the secret to our healing and to our well-being as creation is love. So your work is to constantly find your way back to unconditional love. To not get caught up on, this person's hurt me so much. Why did they hurt you? If you sit down and you think about it, they hurt me because they did not choose me. They chose someone else. You see, those are 3D conditions. And the fact that you are so obsessed with being chosen, the fact that you believe that being chosen is the answer to all of your problems, shows how limited you are in your understanding, because you are leaning on your understanding and not on your wisdom, your soul wisdom. They hurt me because they said I'm this, that, and the other. My twin flames told me that I'm in my ego and whatever, at a time when I thought I was highly, highly spiritually evolved. And we're always evolving, but I was a little bit arrogant in my spirituality. I had some big lessons to learn, and he was right. Okay? Sometimes they say things we don't want to hear. Most of the time they're going to trigger. Because there are things that are barriers between us and our evolution. And those barriers exist within us, in our mindset, in our concepts, in our perspectives. And sometimes we are so adamant that we are right because we want to be, that we don't let happiness in. And the star card comes to remind us that this journey is about healing, not only for you, not only for your person, but for the collective. It is about who you've come to be, the essence that you've come to give space to, so that you can be that light unto the world, so that you can be that example of unconditional love, so that you can share more of your magic, of your medicine with the world. Because when you're in that place of unconditionality, you are in the vibration of pure love. There is no ego, there is no fear, there is no trying to micromanage everybody's journey. There is just unconditional love, and so that purity can flow from you. If you were to draw a card on your journey and you were to draw the Hermit, that is also your indication to go inward, to tune into the stars and the universe that is within you. Okay, to communicate about this with source and to be open and willing to listen. To accept that your understanding is limited in this journey, that the way your mind sees things and the way that many of the people around you might see the situation is so far removed from what it really is. You have to lean on your guidance system, your spiritual understanding. You have to trust the universe. And so you have to be open to learning about spirituality and who you are on a soul level is so different to who you are in this human form. And yes, our journey is about trying to find that balance between it and to show other people that it's possible. But there's a lot that we need to separate from within ourselves in order to give space to that connection between I and the self, the true self, and the wisdom that comes from that. Okay, so this card, the Hermit, lets you know that you need to go inward, that you need to quiet your mind, that you need to go on a journey of self-discovery, that you need to find the answers within yourself. There's an entire universe within you and you've got all your Akashic records, but that there is more than what is just happening in this moment, in this one lifetime with this person. And you're so stuck on the details of this lifetime with this person that you're not letting in an eternity of knowing, of wisdom, of growth and evolution with this person. And that's why it becomes painful, and we can often get stuck there in that pain for far too long. It is an eternal connection, but it's not in for lack of a better word, you know, according to our understanding of what connection is. But the truth is, it is more than a connection. It is an eternal state of being. It is who you are. It is your soul. There is no separation. And all of who you are and what you are that is incarnated into this world, into this body. Think of it this way. When you choose a lifetime and you incarnate into a body, right? You choose one lifetime. You're choosing that for your growth. There are certain things you want to face so that you can overcome certain things karmically. Things that might have hindered or might just not be giving you the advantage on a soul level that you want. Because it's not that anything's really hindering us on a soul level. We just do this. We come into this difficult, dense human body because of the expansion and because we think it's worth it and we think it's interesting and we think it's fun. But it's not that we're going to be less than if we don't come into these bodies. And sometimes as old souls, we bump it up a notch. We incarnate into two bodies, not so they can live one life. So now you're sort of killing two birds with one stone. You've got two different journeys that your soul is embarking on simultaneously. Yes, it is incredibly challenging, but you have the capacity. Otherwise, your guides would not have it would not even be an option, and it would not even be something you consider. So this notion that this person has to fit into our world and into our box and to sort of live for us and us for them, it is such a misconception, and it goes against who you are on a soul level. This is where I'm going to end this talk today. I'm going to keep it short. I will do more of these in the weeks to come, so keep a lookout for them. Twin flames, you are sacred, highly evolved, ancient souls. You have come here for more than ego, constructs such as my life needs to be completed by another person. And I've come here to dedicate my life and my love and my heart to one person. You are everything, and everything is within you. You are the universe. You are connected to all things. And you've come here for bigger things than child's play. Stop playing it small. And then you will see how you let the world in. But we limit ourselves. I hope that this helps. If you find that it resonates or you have any questions, I don't expect everything to make sense or to fit. Comment, let me know how. Whatever you choose to do, Twin Flames, do what is best for you. But remember, this is a spiritual journey first and foremost, and you do not have to do it alone. There is a lot of information out there, but when we're in a vulnerable space, we're open to seeing things the way we want to see them and not the way they really are. So if you're on a twin flame journey, highly recommend that you get a coach. Get a spiritual teacher that guides you through this journey. It'll just be so much easier. And if you're on a twin flame journey, you have contracted to meet your perfect teacher here anyway. Love and light. Chat to you guys soon. Bye now.